Hello everyone, I'm back with my next video on the chapter The Fun They Had from the book Beehive of Class 9. This story, a very interesting one, has been written by Isaac Asimov. Let us start with the summary so that we understand the text later on very clearly. It is the year 2157, that is future world. Margie makes a diary entry which reveals that Tommy has come across a book printed on paper. The pages of the book have turned yellow and wrinkled, which proves that it existed centuries ago. The book is peculiar in the sense that it had the same words on it and it had when they read it the first time. They were not moving like that on a computer or television screen. Tommy calls it a waste because once the book is read, it is of no use. Their television screen had 1,000,000 books on it and one cannot throw it away. Margie is of the same opinion, but she is curious to know what the book is about. Tommy tells her that it is about school. She hated school, but now she hated it more than ever because her mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test in geography, and she had been doing worse and worse. Her mother sends for the county inspector, who is a round little man. He takes the television teacher apart and sets it right within an hour, which only increases Margie's disappointment. He tells her mother that it was not Margie's fault, but the geography sector of the mechanical teacher was geared a little too quick, and he has slowed that to an average 10-year level. He assures Margie and her mother that there will be no problem henceforth. Margie is curious to know about the school that existed in the past. Tommy tells her that it is not their kind of school. That is the old kind of school that they had centuries ago. The students had a human teacher who taught them and gave them homework and also asked them questions. Margie argues that a man cannot be smart enough. Tommy further tells her that the teachers didn't live in the house. They had a special building and all the kids went there. The kids of the same age learn the same thing. Now it is Margie's school time. She goes into the schoolroom, which is right next to her bedroom, and the mechanical teacher is on and waiting for her. She puts her homework in the slot with a sigh. She is still thinking about old schools they had when her grandfather's grandfather was a little boy. All the kids from the whole neighborhood came laughing and shouting in the schoolyard, sitting together in the classroom, going home together at the end of the day. Those schools were far better than the schools of today because they offered great fun to the students. This was the summary. Now let us quickly read the text, and I will keep explaining each and everything in every page. So let's start. Margie even wrote about it that night in her diary on the page headed 17th May 2157. She wrote, "Today Tommy found a real book." It was a very old book. Margie's grandfather once said that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him that there was a time when all stories were printed on paper. They turned the pages, which were yellow and crinkly, and it was awfully funny to read words that stood still instead of moving the way they were supposed to on a screen. And then, when they turned back to the page before, it had the same words on it and that it had when they read it the first time. So when the story starts, we see Margie making a diary entry, and she wrote that Tommy found a real book. She dated the diary entry 17th May 2157. So this is a future date. Future date, the time when children didn't go to schools. They had the robotic virtual teachers, computers at home, which taught them. When they see the book and they read the book, they see that it was a very, very old book. The book had yellow and crinkly pages. When we keep a book for a long, long time, even if you find a book that is very old, the pages turn yellow and crinkly. The strange thing that both the children found here was that the words remained on the same page. They did not move as they moved on their computer screens when they scrolled the pages up and down. This was very strange for them. And Margie remembers that her grandfather had once told her that they studied all the stories on the printed paper. "Gee," said Tommy, "what a waste! When you are through with the book, you just throw it away, I guess. Our television screen must have had 1,000,000 books on it and it's good for plenty more. I wouldn't throw it away." "Same with mine," said Margie. She was 11 and hadn't seen as many telebooks as Tommy had. He was 13. She said, "Where did you find it?" "In my house," he pointed without looking because he was busy reading. "In the attic." So when they look at the book, already this is a bundle of surprise for them. They had never seen a real book because they used to use telebooks that were there in their computers. These were the e-books or the electronic books, whatever you can call them, which were there in the computer. So when he found this book, the two children were really full of surprise and astonishment. He told that he found it in the attic of his house. Where is the attic? Attic is in the roof. People usually have a big room, a store room where they store things, keep things which are not for present use. So that is a room in the roof, a store room, and it's called an attic. So Tommy gives his own opinion and he says that he found the book a waste because he felt that once you had read the whole book, it was of no use and it could be thrown away. Moreover, he felt that their television screens or their computers, they had millions of books because of its vast memory, and it had more space for more books which they wouldn't throw away. Margie too agreed with what Tommy said, although Margie had not seen many telebooks because she was only 11 and Tommy was 13. "What is it about?" "School." Margie was scornful. "School? What's there to write about school? I hate school." Margie always hated school, but now she hated it more than ever. The mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test in geography and she had been doing worse and worse until her mother had shaken her head sorrowfully and sent for the county inspector. So Margie asks Tommy what the book was about. And when she comes to know that it was about school, she becomes scornful because she used to hate school. And nowadays, she hated it even more than ever. That was because the mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test in the subject geography, and she had been performing very, very badly. Her mother was totally perplexed as to why she was not performing well. She had shaken her head sorrowfully in anger and had called the county inspector to solve the problem. He was a round little man with a red face and a whole box of tools with dials and wires. He smiled at Margie and gave her an apple, then took the teacher apart. Margie had hoped he wouldn't know how to put it together again, but he knew how all right, and after an hour or so, there it was again, large and black and ugly, with a big screen on which all the lessons were shown and the questions were asked. That wasn't so bad. The part Margie hated most was the slot where she had to put homework and the test papers. So the county inspector came, and we have a little description about the county inspector, who was a round little man with a red face. He had a whole box of tools and equipment, the dials and the wires, which they needed to rectify the mechanical computer or their robotic computer. He was a nice, amiable man, a pleasant looking man, a friendly man who smiled at Margie, gave her an apple, and then started working on the mechanical computer. He opened the whole of it, and Margie just hoped that he would not know how to assemble it again, to put it together again, but he knew everything very, very well, and in an hour the whole computer was back again to its position, large, black and ugly as she calls it, the big screen which always showed the lessons and the questions were asked on them. And this whole thing was not as bad. The part Margie hated the most was the slot where she had to put her homework and test papers. This was the part which she hated the most. She always had to write them out in a punch code. They made her learn when she was 6 years old, and the mechanical teacher calculate the marks in no time. The inspector had smiled after he was finished and patted Margie's head. He said to her mother, "It's not the little girl's fault, Mrs. Jones. I think the geography sector was geared a little too quick. Those things happen sometimes. I have slowed it up to an average 10-year level. Actually, the overall pattern of her progress is quite satisfactory." And he patted Margie's head again. Margie was disappointed. She had been hoping they would take the teacher away altogether. They had once taken Tommy's teacher away for nearly a month because the history sector had blanked out completely. So she said to Tommy, "Why would anyone write about school?" Now the part Margie hated most was the slot where she had to put her homework and the test papers, and all of this she had to write in the punch code language, which was well understood by the computer. She had been taught the punch code system when she was 6, and she had been learning it. She knew it very well, and although it took time for her to do all the work, but the mechanical teacher calculated the marks in fraction of seconds in just no time. The inspector, who I told you was a pleasant looking nice man, when he had come, he had given an apple to Margie, and now when he had assembled the whole computer, he patted Margie's head and in fact told the mother that it was not the little girl's fault, and that the geography sector had been geared a little too quick. These things happen in electronic items, so it was quite normal, and he said that he had slowed it to an average 10-year level. We all know Margie was 11 years of age. Margie's mother, as it has been mentioned by the county inspector, was Mrs. Jones. And then before going, he also said that in fact he talked about her overall pattern of progress, Margie's overall pattern of progress in geography, and he said it was quite satisfactory. But Margie was very disappointed because she had hoped that they would take her mechanical teacher away altogether, just like Tommy's teacher had been taken away for nearly a month when his history sector had blanked out. But here his county inspector, our county inspector who had come to rectify the geography section, was able to do it in 1 hour, so this disappointed Margie a lot. So she said to Tommy, why would anyone write about school? Because actually Margie hated school, and there was a big question in her mind. Why would anyone write anything in the book about a school? Tommy looked at her with very superior eyes. Because it is not our kind of school, stupid. This is the old kind of school that they had hundreds and hundreds of years ago. He added loftily, pronouncing the word carefully, centuries ago. Margie was hurt. Well, I don't know what kind of school they had all that time ago. She read the book over his shoulder for a while and then said, anyway, they had a teacher. So, in a very, very superior way, when Margie questioned him, Tommy in a very superior way, in a very dominating way we can say, told her that they were not their type of schools which they had in future. In fact, they were the old schools hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and that is, he added, centuries ago. Margie was very hurt the way he spoke to her, and she said, well, she did not know about the old kind of schools, but the only thing was that they had a teacher. Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher. It was a man. A man? How could a man be a teacher? Well, he just told the boys and girls things and gave them homework and asked them questions. A man isn't smart enough. Sure he is. My father knows as much as my teacher. He knows almost as much, I betcha. Margie wasn't prepared to dispute that. She said, I wouldn't want a strange man in my house to teach me. So here Margie doesn't know anything about the old schools. The schools which you are going to, which I go to teach. Margie just didn't know anything about these type of schools. So Tommy told her that they did not have a regular teacher. What do you mean by regular teacher? Their robotic teacher. But it was a man, a human being. So Margie questions that a man, how could a man know so much? Because a robotic computer knows a lot. So Tommy added that he knew a lot. In fact, he also told that his father knew as much as his teacher, and he also said that all the boys and the girls, that is all the children, were made to sit together. The teacher taught them, told them things, gave them homework, discussed questions. He told everything about the old type of schools. To which Margie said that she did not want a strange man coming to her house to teach her. And in fact, she did not know much, so she was not prepared to dispute, to argue much. Tommy screamed with laughter at this when she said that she did not want a strange man coming to her house to teach her. So let us see what happens in the chapter. Tommy screamed with laughter. You don't know much, Margie. The teachers didn't live in the house. They had a special building and all the kids went there. And all the kids learned the same thing. Sure, if they were the same age. But my mother says a teacher has to be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and girl it teaches, and that each kid has to be taught differently. Just the same, they didn't do it that way then. If you don't like it, you don't have to read the book. I didn't say I didn't like it, Margie said quickly. She wanted to read about those funny schools. They weren't even half finished when Margie's mother called. Margie, school. So Tommy burst into laughter when he thought that Margie thought that a teacher would come to teach in her house, and she did not like this idea. To which he said that the teacher did not come to anybody's house. In fact, they had a special building where the teacher and the students went, and education was imparted there. When Margie asked that all the kids learned the same thing, to which Tommy said yes, if they were of the same age. To this, Margie was so confused that she argued and said that but her mother used to say that the teacher, that is the mechanical teacher, had to be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and girl. So how could a man teach different things? Tommy did not like her arguing, and he said that if she didn't want to know about the old kinds of schools, she didn't want to read the book, then she should not. But to this, Margie added quickly, no, she did not want to say that. In fact, she also wanted to know about the funny schools. They were still discussing when Margie's mother, Mrs. Jones, called out Margie's name, that it was school time. Margie looked up. Not yet, Mama. Now, said Mrs. Jones, and it's probably time for Tommy too. Margie said to Tommy, can I read the book some more with you after school? Maybe, he said nonchalantly. He walked away whistling, the dusty old book tucked beneath his arm. Margie went into the schoolroom. It was right next to her bedroom, and the mechanical teacher was on and waiting for her. It was always on at the same time every day except Saturday and Sunday, because her mother said little girls learned better if they learned at regular hours. So when Mrs. Jones called out Margie's name that it was time for school, although Margie did not want to go at that time, but still it was her mother's idea that if little girls were made to sit and studied at the same time every day at regular hours, they would learn better, because maybe her mother thought that a routine would be set and they would not find it a problem. We also come to know that Saturday and Sunday were off days for Margie. In fact, Mrs. Jones tells Tommy also to go home because Tommy must be their neighbor. It is not mentioned here, but all that we have read, we come to know that they were neighbors, they were friends. So she tells Tommy also to go home because it must be his school time too. After which Margie told Tommy, asked him in fact that if she could read the book later on, and he replied maybe very nonchalantly. The word nonchalantly means not showing much interest or enthusiasm. So just he took the book, he tucked it beneath his arm, and whistling, he went back to his own house. Margie went to her own school room, which was just next to her bedroom, and the teacher was on and waiting for her. The screen was lit up and it said, today's arithmetic lesson is on the addition of proper fractions. Please insert yesterday's homework in the proper slot. Margie did so with a sigh. She was thinking about the old schools they had when her grandfather's grandfather was a little boy. All the kids from the whole neighborhood came laughing and shouting in the schoolyard, sitting together in the schoolroom, going home together at the end of the day. They learned the same things so they could help one another with the homework and talk about it. So when she goes into her schoolroom, which was right next to her bedroom, the screen of her mechanical teacher was lit up, and the message that was being flashed was that it was the time for arithmetic lesson on addition of proper fractions, and also there was a message displayed on the screen, telling her to insert the previous day's homework in the proper slot. Margie, as we all have come to know, she did not like this slot where she had to put the homework and the test papers, but she submitted the homework with a sigh. In fact, at this time, she was thinking about the old schools that her grandfather's grandfather, when he was a small boy, went to, that were schools that were centuries ago, about which she was talking to about with Tommy. She was in fact thinking about the schools where all the kids from the neighborhood went. They met there. They used to laugh and shout in the schoolyard. They used to sit together in the school room. Many children sitting together in the same room. Here in her house, she had to be alone with her mechanical teacher. But there they had a human being, a human teacher teaching them, all the friends sitting together, all the children of the same age being taught the same thing. And then at the end of the day, they used to go home together, which was really very exciting for her to think about it only. They learned the same things, and in fact she thought that if anybody had a problem, they could help each other with the homework or talk about it. All this was there in her mind, and she was totally in the thoughts of the old school that children went to centuries ago. And the teachers were people. The mechanical teacher was flashing on the screen when we add fractions 1 by 2 and 1 by 4. Margie was thinking about how kids must have loved it in the old days. She was thinking about the fun they had. And then she was thinking about the teachers who were human beings, human teachers whom you could talk to, whom you could discuss various things to. You could tell them what you didn't understand, what were your problems could be discussed with them. She was thinking all about that when her mechanical teacher flashed the message giving her a question on fractions, proper fractions. The sum was 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4. But Margie was still in her thoughts about how kids must have loved going to school in the old days. She was thinking about all the fun they had when they came to school together. They laughed, they played, they discussed various things, they were taught the same things, they sat together in the same class and was taught by a human teacher. It really must have been fun. All this were thoughts of Margie. I hope you have understood the chapter well. My next video will be on the question answers and MCQ questions. Please do go through that also. For the newcomers who have just joined, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon for the latest notifications. If you go through any problem, please do write in the comment section. Do take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.